Hello, everyone. This is Andy in episode 4, I think. And today I want to talk about the power of saying yes. Now, as many of you know, I came back to corporate world a few months ago, and really, you had to drag me back to it. You know, I've been in the fitness world for the past 3 years and have loved every second of it. But, I have some bigger goals that required some bigger money. And so, yeah, I sold out. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the company. I enjoy the work. I enjoy the people. There's nothing inherently wrong with being back in the corporate world. Working for somebody else, there's nothing wrong with that. But if I'm going to be honest, it's not my passion. It's not something that I'm like so excited to do every single day because it brings me joy and happiness. And like, I feel like I am impacting other people's lives. Like, that's not what this job is. So I took the job knowing that, I was going to be in a world that really wasn't me, really wasn't for me. And like that's just the intro to what I'm about to say, right? So about a month ago, my boss had asked, "Hey, do you want to go to this conference?" I roll so hard, like my eyeballs rolled so hard that they probably popped out of the back of my head and popped right back in. Because if any of you are in the corporate world, you know that conferences can oftentimes be lackluster. They're not interesting. They're not fun, quote unquote. I mean, you learn a lot, but and you meet some great people, but it's not necessarily like the best part of your job, right? And I said, you know what? Let me just say yes, because what if it's a trip to Atlantic City. I can go see it. I can, show these younger engineers the ropes on how to travel for business. Like it's a learning experience, if anything, right? And so we made the plans, and here I am. Right? We got in yesterday, and today I was like fully prepared to put on my corporate Andy face, and I got my suit on, I got dressed, and I'm like, okay, let's go. Just open to any experience for today. And today they had a tour of a facility, and they had different tours that you could do at the facility. And so I had picked ones that sounded like pretty freaking cool, right? Like one was explosive detection. The other one was visiting the Coast Guard air facility. And I was like, oh, like I could just go tour these things and see what technology is coming out. Little did I know that the explosive detection was actually like a canine unit. And you get to see this dog who's like sniffing bags, who's looking for, like, it was like a whole demonstration. And like, it just put the biggest, stupidest smile on my face. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, I could not contain my excitement over this dog. So, after that, I had about an hour break, and I go around, and in the facility, they have different booths that you can go up to see what the company is working on. And they had one that had like a virtual reality. They had like a flight simulator. They had, this one where like you can enter commands through your voice, and it had voice recognition. And so I'm doing all these like cool futuristic technology demonstrations that were like out of this world, amazing. Again, smile on my face, happy, 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 joy, joy, joy. And then my second tour comes up, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go tour the Coast Guard facility. And so I go to the Coast Guard facility, and, I'm just like so excited because we're going to see helicopters. Like, I did not know that's what it had. But the lady who was taking us over to the facility, she was like, oh, you're going to go look at this helicopter, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, helicopters? What? So, in sum, it was like such a great experience. Like I go in there and they're like, "Oh, you want to sit in the captain's seat?" So I'm sitting in the captain's seat. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever!" Like these people have like the coolest job. Like I just want to say that. So I'm sitting there again, smile on my face like plaster, ear to ear, full teeth showing, like seeing my gums. Like that's how big my smile is for a good 5, 6 hours, right? And to get even to get to the facility, they have like music playing, and it was like a party bus. It was crazy. Like this whole experience was one of the best things, all because I dared to say yes. Like I could have let previous experiences and I could have let the preconceived notions that I had in my head dictate that I was not going to do this thing because I would already know that it's not going to be good, that I'm not going to have fun, that it's not going to be great food. And just because I'm in Atlantic City, I'm going to be stuck at this stuffy convention, and the people have been great. The facilities have been great. Everything has been just great. And I could have absolutely missed out on this opportunity because contempt prior to investigation. Contempt prior to investigation. That's when you say no before you even figure out what the thing is. I do that. I do that sometimes, right? And so I come back to my room and I'm like, oh my God, I need a nap. So I like pass out for an hour. And I was like, man, what a great experience. So I pick up my phone and that's what I'm doing. Like I literally just opened my eyes and had to share with you guys because this was such a great experience and I could have missed out. I could be at the office right now, click clacking away on my laptop. I could be at the office right now, staring at a screen for 9 hours a day. I could be at the office, in my chair, sedentary, 9 hours out of the day, commuting back and forth for an hour. I could be doing that. But instead, I'm here looking at explosive dogs and helicopters and virtual reality and meeting cool people and singing Raspberry Beret on a party bus heading to my hotel. Like, how many experiences are you missing because you're afraid of doing something different? I mean, sure, it could have been a boring experience. Sure, maybe I wouldn't have met cool people. Maybe I wouldn't have been on the party bus. Maybe I would have picked other tours that weren't as exciting. Maybe all these things. But I dared to try anyways. Previous experience be damned. I chose to do something. I chose to experience and live and see what happens. And so many times I feel like if I just say yes, let's see what happens. Let's figure it out. I feel like most of the time when I say no, it is because of the contempt prior to investigation. It's not because I know what the outcome is. It's because I've already decided I know what's going to happen because it's happened before. I know the sequence of events in the future because were the sequence of events in the past. I mean, well, shoot, I wish I had that power because then I would be a billionaire with the lottery, right? Like, if I knew what the future held just because of the past, then we would all be billionaires. We would all understand. We would all have everything perfect in life because we would know what the next thing is. And so this is my wish for you. This is my push to you. Say yes. Say yes to the next thing that comes your way. The next opportunity, the next chance, the next experience. Say yes. Maybe that thing doesn't work out, but maybe it opens a door to something that does. Maybe that path isn't for you, but it leads to the road where you need to be. All right, everybody, that's it for me. I am so glad I got to share my experience with you guys. Happy Tuesday, and I love you guys.